Hey Gemini, what's up? Welcome to your guys' reading. How are you all doing today? Alright, so we're going to do your Celtic cross here, and we're going to get an oracle card too at the end. So you're starting off with the Three of Cups. Ooh, Queen of Cups, okay. And then thinking a lot about money, career, business stuff. Long-term dreams. Okay, wow, that's really interesting. It almost looks like you're putting plans together for that. Okay, you might have a big purchase coming up, or you might have just had a big purchase. Let's see. Oh, you got the Hermit here too. That was in the Aries reading in that position. Okay. Okay. Gemini, what's going on here? What's this about? Why are you going this way? Okay. Okay, so Gemini, there's something going on here where you seem to be recovering from some kind of a dip in business or a pay cut, or if this is like within friends, family, relationships, it seems like something felt like it wasn't great. You had a bad, someone left a bad taste in your mouth. You seem to be focused on building. You're kind of handling this pretty well. I get that you've always been really independent though. I get that you've always liked to be around people, but at the end of the day, you're very much like in your own head about your own plans. You can navigate them independently, very comfortably. Some of you guys kind of have a hard time letting love in or letting people nurture you and help you through things. So it kind of looks like this is actually funneling into, like if your brain were a train, basically it's leaving the station, you hit some turmoil, its next stop, instead of being like a friend's house, a nurturer's house, it's actually anxiety's house. And then from anxiety, because we know this in psychology, is that anxiety leads to clarity. So it's almost like you find the clarity, but you have to go through the anxiety first. Maybe that's just how your brain is. I feel like something that I could tell you is like, it's okay to ask for, it's okay to like subtly ask for help. Meaning it's okay to just call someone up and be like, hey, can I come over? Or do you want to do dinner tonight? Or whatever, just like really spontaneously. Or hey, do you want to go like catch a movie? Like to break up the energy instead of holding up, trying to figure it out all on your own. Like it's okay to just add some fun moments in there as relief from the things that you're going through, because they do seem significant, but they seem like they're all kind of thrust on your shoulders. And I think that you're used to, but I don't know that you like that. Bonus points if you've been trying to connect with people more, because that's the energy that you're showing up in, is that like you want to connect with people, but you don't quite know how to approach them in just your own energy. Maybe you're used to always, nurturing them, doing things for them. And so it's weird for you to come in with an energy of like, I just need some help right now. Like, just be my friend. Uh, so yeah, I kind of feel like some things are going on in your life, and maybe they're making you angry, or maybe they're just making you feel kind of stressed out. And I think that you're in a time where you're just learning to lean on other people more, and like kind of use the playfulness of life and the fun and the not so serious like interactions of life, to kind of like help you stay afloat before you make another move, instead of just like feeling like you're all in your head. You have to solve this problem because it's been alerted that it's a problem for you. It's just almost like it puts you in this really serious zone, and I don't feel like you love to be in that. I feel like if you felt more comfortable like connecting with others when those things happen, that you would actually feel like a lot better, and not so hyper independent, or not so like completely responsible for everything all on your own. Like other people might not have their hand in your money, your finances, your career, your employment, like all those things that are, they're just your thing to deal with. And so it makes sense that you don't want to involve them in that stuff, but they can have a hand in your enjoyment of life and the amount of relaxation, respite, recharge that you end up having. I wonder if you're doing that or if you're hesitating. I feel like you're kind of either hesitating, or the people in your life are kind of workaholics, and there's a heavy focus on working energies when you are with them. So maybe you just don't feel like you have the right people to do that with right now. And that might be facilitating an energy of kind of feeling like you're not quite sure what to do about that, but you don't like that that's maybe your reality right now. Again, I just think that you being able to see when there's an opportunity to call someone instead of like shouldering everything on your own, if it's really got you fully in your head, and like mapping out a plan more and more before being able to take action on any of it. Because then it just turns into perfectionism, and then it's just like the whole focus becomes on the outcome of like getting yourself unstuck. And that's kind of the thing that actually ends up keeping us more stuck. And we need like friends and family and loved ones and stuff to kind of break up that energy with us when we don't really know how to do it. And they say too, is like, there's this concept of like using your wise mind, and it's the combination, or it's the middle ground of your logic mind and your emotional mind. So if you find yourself too much in your logic and you feel like there's a lot of problems happening, your emotions are what's going to help you solve that. It's not more logic. Like the wisdom that comes next is going to come from a balance of that. And vice versa, if you're so much in your emotions and it's making you have insecurities and it's making you feel guilty or like not like who you are, stuff like that, lean into your logic. Is like, oh, I need to do something different. I need to kind of monitor the time I'm spending in anxiety, or I need to monitor the time that I'm spending in these energies that aren't serving me. And then I get to decide what's next. I think some of you guys might be kind of like, oh, I don't want to bring that energy to someone else. I don't want to put that energy on someone else. And I think like you can be around someone and not put your energy on them. As long as you have some sense of being able to shift gears and say, okay, now I'm here. This is the place where I don't worry about that stuff just for like a day. Then I think that would be that would make it pretty smooth to do, as long as you have that ability to mentally control things, to mentally control your worry. If you don't feel like you have that, or you don't feel like you can just write the things that you need to do down and then come back to them after that day, then we might pull cards on that, because it kind of seems like it can be causing problems, but I'm not really sure. Let me finish the reading here, and then we'll see. Okay. Some of you guys could be thinking about doing a long distance travel. Some of you guys may just be like swimming across like a body of water, or some kind of like water travel. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Maybe you're taking a ferry, or this is more of a long distance travel, like where you're on a ship, going from, one country or continent to the next, one town to the next. Maybe some of you guys work on the water, or like waterfront. I don't know what that's trying to say. Waterworks. What is coming up? Like, why is like the boardwalk and like the Monopoly, all the Monopoly row is coming to mind. What is that trying to say? I wonder if some of you guys are like buying different properties, or looking into buying different properties, or if you are like, some of you guys might be trying to accumulate like a business park, like one by one, like one building by building. There's something about trying to do that, and it's like a long-term goal, and it provides a lot of financial stability, but it's just like in the works. And I feel like if that's you, you might be realizing that you just need to trust that that desire is going to be there if you set it down. And if you can work through the things that you're going through in the moment, when that goal is too big to make happen overnight, then I just feel like that would realign you with it better than making you feel stuck within it, even though you do, your cards say you are progressing through it, but you might just not feel like that because you're focusing on how much work there needs to get done, when it's like you've been chipping away at that for a long time. Some of you guys might be saving up for a big purchase, or yeah, like you might have just had a big purchase too. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, and then you have the Knight of Wands in the reverse is the outcome. So I think first of all is like, ask yourself if that's what you really want, Ask yourself if the goal that you've set for yourself is something that you truly desire, or if there's a desire within the journey of that goal that actually makes more sense to focus on and to keep coming back to. I think that you've set the goal for yourself. You have like an auto commit thing in your brain that's like, once you've set the goal, you're just going to keep chipping away at that and working towards it, and that's fine. But I think at the same time, it's like, why did you want it? Like asking yourself why you wanted it. And I think it was to like give you freedom and give you power of like creativity to be able to manifest the different kinds of things that you want. Maybe to provide a source of income that can do that. And maybe just to create a more substantial like lifestyle or life plan that will help you it's like it helps you expand, it helps you do more things with your life and with your creativity and your passions. But I almost feel like sometimes you can get in this mode where you feel like, because you're in this position where you're able to make money, you're able to save it, you're able to work towards this goal, You understand how you get there. It's like you could just be focused on like saving and working and saving and working and saving and working, and you could kind of forget why you're building it. So I think tuning back into those energies and doing things that remind you, like, I think a lot of it is like you have a heart for your community. You have some deep interpersonal relationships that you really love to foster, but you don't feel like you have the time to do that. I think it's just kind of saying, when you feel overwhelmed, go towards those things. They're going to remind you of who you are. You're going to feel great. It's not going to feel like it's such a burden. And plus, as you build this dream, whatever your vision is here, you'll have built with these significant people along the way. And so they'll all be there when you get there. And I think that's extremely important to you. I think that's extremely important to you. Yeah. And these people want to hear from you. Some people might even feel like they need to apologize to you for maybe not understanding your work ethic here, not understanding what you're trying to build. That's interesting. Maybe they've said some things about how you're like a workaholic or something, and it doesn't suit the lifestyle that you're working towards, but you didn't know any better. You know, you've always had to do things on your own, and that's been kind of a burden for you, even though you've done it well. You know, you've consistently chipped away at that and been incredibly independent. Yeah, and I just feel like there's people who are going to be like, I think they're going to love to see that side of you. I think there's also some significant losses that you've had to take because of that work ethic and not always being able to see what someone else is trying to tell you. And I think that can be a very painful thing to experience. But at the same time, if you feel like those feelings come up, instead of feeling insecure, instead of feeling like people don't understand you or you're doing something wrong, a simple way that you can address that energy is just reaching out to people that you do care about and that you do have in your life and that you do feel like things are on good grounds with, and just giving a little to them. Just giving a little of your true self to them. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have all your shit figured out. You don't have to have all your plans laid out. You don't have to tell them about your plans. I think just showing up and being like, I think that Taurus, or sorry, I called you Taurus, you're Gemini. My apologies. I feel like Gemini, you guys are, what was I going to say? You're used to having it all together, and this is a time where if you reach out to people in those spaces where you don't feel like you have it all together, they can remind you of, it's almost like they'll give you some kind of a feeling that inspires you to go back into that work. But I do feel like you need both. You need to feel that love and support and encouragement and play and joy. And like, they need to know the real you. This is an aspect of you. This business model is an aspect of you. This hardworking, independent energy. It's not all of you. There's a significant part of you right now that's coming out bright and bold in your energy that just says you want community. You want connection. You want to have fun with people. You want to enjoy those times. And I feel like people are going to get to see that side of you. You just kind of are at a point where you are learning to not take your plans so seriously that that's the only thing that can happen in your life. You know, like where there's more beyond that, and you connect with those people when you value those things because that's what they're valuing too. Yeah, maybe you even feel like you can't be around certain people because they're not work oriented, or they're not, you know, like hustle, grind, whatever. and or they'll make you do those things. They'll keep you in those energies. And I don't know, it just kind of feels like maybe, ooh, you guys got lots of blue. Yeah, maybe you just kind of notice that that's changing. If you can kind of admit that you have a tendency to throw yourself into work and get really in your head about what you're building and get overwhelmed by it, but still continue to work towards it, if you can just see that, I think a lot of people would actually be like, we love that about you, but just like relax a little, you know, like call us, like come just stop by. We would love to hear from you. We would love to see you. We love who you are, and we're not only looking at your money and your work ethic and your determination, like we're just looking at you as a person, and we want you to be near us. I feel like your family especially would be saying that to you. I don't know if maybe work was kind of an escape from them or something, or I don't know, but something's coming full circle, it seems like. So number 59 with the upper world. Angels, divine helpers, the ancient ones, and all varieties of luminous beings populate the upper world. It is the place where you go to retrieve your destiny and find out who you will become, discover your great potentials and undreamt of possibilities. It is also the place where the spirits of the dead arrive when they complete their journey to the light. The upper world is calling you to step into your fully realized self, clear distractions so that you can move into a higher destiny. Do not fall to the temptation to craft a slightly more improved version of yourself. What you perceive as a problem or an obstacle is in fact the irritation you need to take the great leap. Remember, you cannot cross the Grand Canyon in 2 small jumps. I'm going to read that again because I want to, okay? Shush. What you perceive as a problem or an obstacle is in fact the irritation you need to take the great leap. Remember, you cannot cross the Grand Canyon in 2 small jumps. Ask your divine helpers for guidance. If the oracle has already spoken to you, do not ask for more guidance. Take what has been offered. Now you must deal with the lethargy and idleness. While support for a new destiny is not yet in place, a new destination is available to you if you act now. I feel like sometimes you guys feel like if you're detouring on your journey, then it's absolutely going to distract you and derail you. But I think for you guys, actually, a lot of your journey is in finding little pockets that feel like distractions, but are actually like nourishing for you. It builds you up in an emotional way, or with like, it gives you life again. It gives life to your soul, and that somehow gives more endurance to your passions. It's like it's all a really kind of self-functioning system, but it just requires you to reach out to the people that you care about and connect with them. Like, and somehow they're really tied to your motivation to do more for yourself. So that's kind of interesting. Lightning, number 30. The formidable electrical discharge of a lightning bolt brightens the sky and strikes the earth, accompanied by the mighty sound of thunder. This phenomenon has a positive aspect. The light illuminates the earth and the psyche, but there is a destructive side as well. The bolt can burn and even kill if it's too strong. I keep hearing healer, healer, healer in regards to your work. Like, how is it that this for you makes you the nurturer and the healer in your career? Because that's kind of crazy, right? Maybe what you're doing is you're taking very logic-minded work and you're learning to incorporate that emotion into it. And like, that's kind of your secret sauce. That's the thing that gives you the leg up. That's the thing you walk with, is like the value of family and the value of business, and how both support each other. Because I wonder if you know people in your field that can do that, or if you feel like you're kind of one of the first. It feels quite revolutionary, though. The forces of the upper world are investing their gathered energies to ignite you with new inspiration and creativity. Allow this divine gift of awakening to take root in your being and enjoy a renewed sense of clarity, passion, and vision. Life has gifted you with a destiny that is in alignment with your passion and in harmony with all existence on earth. What the beep? All existence on earth. Now lightning has come to jolt you into accepting your destiny. Let this initiation release what is in the way of your fulfilling your life purpose. Otherwise, you'll be bound to your karmic fate. This is a time to be courageous and daring. I also want to just say, because this, like, otherwise you'll be bound to your karmic fate. Do our dreams and futures require actions and dedication and discipline? Yes, but also don't let anyone scare you out of your own destiny. Don't let anyone make you think that if it can't happen now, it will never happen. Things that are meant for us you cannot lose them. If it's meant for you, it will keep coming back to you. I just want to, sorry book, sorry Colette Baron Reed, Marcelo Lobos, Alberto Villoldo, but I think, yeah, don't let anyone tell you you're bound by the pattern you've been doing up until now. It can always change. So, good luck reaching out to your people, Gemini. I hope you have a great time doing that. Thanks for being here, and that's where I'm going to leave this. I will see you in another video. Bye, guys.